Good afternoon, World Wide Web. It's a happy trading Tuesday. Carnival and Norwegian both would like to apologize for yesterday's performance. It turns out Carnival had more people on their ships than in their entire history as a company. They did, $210 million more than the highest analyst estimate, and it came into 4.91 billion. Negative 31 cents a share, which was a 4-cent beat over the 35 cents predicted. They had the low end range of their EBITDA, uh, earnings before income tax, depreciation, amortization, I think it is. Um, yeah, that freaked everybody out yesterday. Their future outlook for that came in at a lower range than was expected. So this thing just freaked the first people out, and then everybody just piled on with fear. I don't know what happened yesterday. It went down to $14. It went under $14 for just a second. And then today, well, yesterday it kind of half woke up, and today it went up a buck or more. It's just apologizing. It's saying sorry. Um, What's going to happen, I think, is Norwegian is now going to get hot to trot for its earnings season. It's going to be its first profitable quarter on record since before COVID. It's going to be, they blew out earnings 20 cents last time. I don't know if they can do it again. They're probably going to raise the bar. Um, but yeah, Norwegian's going to go up and Carnival's going to chase. And I think that's right now we're seeing Carnival rebounding kind of and chasing, but pretty soon the rebound's going to be over. I think it probably is. Man, if this thing sucks back up to higher than it was, when we started yesterday, I'm going to be really mad because I got rid of like 30% of my position this morning on it. I was just too stressed out. I was like, man, as this thing goes up, I want to be parting ways with it a little bit on the Carnival side and get a little heavier on the Norwegian side. And it just turned out to be a really bad day to do that. It seems like anytime I tinker with my account, it goes in the wrong direction for a while. But I was a little cash heavy on this one, and I wanted to lighten up the load and not have my whole world in something that apparently everyone thought was too expensive yesterday. And today they don't think it was too expensive all of a sudden. Hope you stayed in. I hope you didn't panic yesterday and get out. You probably are very happy right now that a good chunk of it has been recovered. Not the full chunk. The gap between 1610, 1620 seems to be a lot bigger than this, on the options at least. Mine were really puckering up at that level. But I still took a beating, but it's getting better. I don't know. The more I get out, maybe the better it is, or is this thing just going to turn around and hit 16 again? I think it's going to be 1540 to 1590, somewhere in there, bouncing around, as long as Norwegian wants to bounce around. Norwegian's a little early for its earnings hype. It probably shouldn't kick in until July. So maybe just a few days off of its earnings hype beginnings. I think if we learned a lesson from this, the final week before earnings, everyone's already in. And then the day traders seem to take over. So maybe we can learn that lesson next time for Norwegian. The day traders will probably invade August 1st and kind of ruin it for us for a week. Or maybe Norwegian will get overblown, which I think it'll probably be at 25, 26 if it gets up to there. Well, no, maybe 23, 24 if it gets up to there before earnings in a month. Maybe people consider that overblown for now. But keep in mind, they're going to 35. Get your long-term options. I'm trying to get heavy on July's. Trying to get heavy on Carnival. January is still 2 more earnings reports. July you have to go to for Norwegian, or February to get 3 3 more earnings reports. December 15th, Norwegian will give you 2 more earnings reports. It's on its voyage to 35. It's all I can tell you. I don't know what the pace is going to be, but the higher this thing goes, the slower the pace is going to be. So I don't know. Play your cards accordingly. Always keep a little cash in your account for those rainy day crashes that you need to pile into on things that you believe in. And don't panic sell. Good Lord. Yesterday was an overblown, I don't know. I didn't know whether it was going to be a dead cat bounce and stay down, or this thing was not a dead cat bounce. This thing was a rubbery ball bounce. Usually when you sneak into something after a crash, you don't get rewarded like this. Sometimes you do. But yeah, people slivered in yesterday. They were like, oh, good company, cheap price. And at 14, it was getting a little too cheap. I couldn't imagine the 13s again with that earnings. But all good news for Carnival. I don't see any issue. They started paying their debt back. They paid back $1 billion. They're 80% long-term debt, non-variable, fixed, and they were 20% variable debt, and that's probably what they want to get rid of right now, and that was probably a smart move. Let's get rid of the variable and get the whole thing fixed. No buybacks yet for Carnival. I expected to hear something on that front. Apparently, they might not feel the need to do that. Why we didn't break 5 billion, I do not know yet. I'm going to find out. It seems like the revenue was still below 2019 levels, yet they had more people and more passengers than ever before, and higher prices. And the prices went up higher towards the end of the quarter. Maybe the beginning of the quarter they were still on sale. I'm not sure about that. We'll keep doing some research, but for this one, I'd say you're safe in the 1550, 1590 range. And if Norwegian screams upwards, it's going to pass Carnival as the percentage leader every day shortly. And Carnival is going to be chasing it. So, that's just my observation so far. What do you think? Leave it in the comments below. What's going on with these two? We know it's going to be a full recovery. We know they're coming all the way back, at least to 35. It's not going to be the full recovery, but we're only factoring a half a recovery, and that's at 35. So, yeah, that's it for Carnival Cruise Lines and Norwegian. I don't know. Keep some cash on the side and get ready to dive in. If this thing touches the 14s again, it seems highly resistant to that number at this point. And Norwegian seems like it's highly resistant to the 18s. It was in the low 18s yesterday. Couldn't believe Norwegian chasing Carnival down like that. Absolutely brutal. They chase each other, though, and Carnival's about to start chasing Norwegian, so just keep that in mind. This thing's not going to hit in the doldrums like I kind of thought maybe it's going to sit and rot for a week. No, it's just going to start chasing Norwegian. But that's what I got in the bag for today. Please like the video and subscribe, and have a wonderful afternoon. And hang in there. This is a lesson to everyone. Don't panic sell if you believe in it, and don't buy it if you don't believe in it. Have a wonderful afternoon. Good day.